Delve into art, architecture, and design with Srijan Design Academy SDA and thrive in exams, college, and career. Welcome to SDA. Figure-based aptitude. Topic 13. Area of shaded region. Relevant for exams like NATA, JEE Paper 2, NID, CEED and UCEED.
Hello everyone. Today our topic is area of shaded region. So what is this topic? Basically, we have a figure, a square, a triangle, a circle, or a combination of these figures. There will be a shaded area, like you can see the red area here. You need to find what is this area. You need to understand all these figures are generally perfect figures, like a square, circle, or triangle. Hardly you will find a rectangle or any such figure, but we'll also look at the examples of these figures in upcoming parts. So first of all, let's understand the basic. You have a figure which is 10 by 10. Now, in a 10 by 10 figure, what do we have? The total area, that will be equals to 100. Okay, we're not talking 100 square centimeter or whatever. The area is just 100. Now, if I need to find out this area, so those who are good at mathematics can easily figure out. Those who are a little bit not good at mathematics, how to figure out the answer. So what is the trick here? So you divide the figure. How do you divide the figure? Like this. And you look at one particular part of it. So when you divide a square into 4 equal parts, this is also a square. When this is the square, and you can say this area is half. So when one part of it, okay, one part is half of it, what will happen to the rest of the area? In every part, you will find this half area. So therefore, we can simply say that the area of the shaded region is just 50. Let's look at the other side of it. If we have to actually find the area. So those who know mathematics very well, the area of rhombus is how much? D1 into D2 by 2. So what are the two diagonals? Diagonal number 1 is this of the given square or rhombus. Diagonal number 2 is this. Okay. So both the diagonals here are 10 and 10. So therefore this will become 100 by 2 and that will be 50. So I hope everyone is clear about this. We can find it mathematically and we can also find it non-mathematically. So understanding of the figure is very important. Let's go to another question. What is this area? Again, we can apply the same logic. What was the logic? The area is half. So we divide it. We take one part of it. Okay, we realize that this area is half. So the total area will be half of total. Half of total. And how much is the total area? Total area is 100. So half area will be 50. So therefore, area of shaded region in this case is 50. Now, once we have understood this trick, let's go to the next question. Very easy to figure out. Now, because we know that the bigger rectangle, let me call it, bigger square. Let me call it S1. What will be next square? That will be S2. What will be the third square? S3. So the area becomes half, then half, and then half. So it's subsequently becoming half of the bigger square. Let's go back. If this is 100, S2 will be 50 and S3 will be 25. So now you don't need to do the calculation. You just need to understand there exists a figure, and when you find such a combination, the area will be just half of the outer square. Okay, so you just need to grade them as S1, S2, S3 and so on. This question, again, let's grade them. So S1, S2, S3 and finally we have S4 in place. So okay, one by one, 100, 50, 25 and 12.5. Clear? I hope this is a very easy trick and all of you can understand how to figure out the areas. Let's take a question where we are getting a combination of a square and a circle. When you find such a combination, the area of a square you know. The area of a square is a square. So in this case, this is 100. The area of circle is pi r square. Okay. Here we know d, diameter of the circle will be 10. So r will be pi. So therefore pi r square will be, it will be pi times 5 times 5 and that becomes 25 pi. Okay. So in simple terms, the area is 100 minus 25 pi. Okay. Always remember area in this terms because the rest of the calculation you can do very easily. Let's move to this figure. Now what is this? If I have to understand this figure, a simple logic is, okay, let's look at and divide this figure and then we can identify. So I draw a line in between, I draw a line here. Okay. For your better understanding, let me draw the line a little bit darker. Okay. what do you see? This is one part of the circle. This is second part. This is third part. This is fourth part. Is it different from the last question? No, it's not different. If I divide it, I can find the similar logic here. Just that it is reversed. This part is here and this part is here. Okay. So both the figures are pretty much similar. So therefore, even in this figure, the answer is going to be the same. There is no difference. It is 100 minus 25 pi. Clear? So it is just a combination of different figures. Let's look at the next question. Okay, now it is very interesting. It has got combination of two things. If I divide the figure, okay, I'm dividing the figure here. Let's see what happens. The moment I divided the figure, it is clear if I bring this part here and if I bring this part here, okay, what is going to happen? It will become half. If the entire figure is like this, we can fill the half the portion. What is the area of square in this case? Area of square in this case is 100. So therefore, area of half the part will be 50. Clear? So in most of the questions, we are not doing mathematics, but we are just understanding how figure plays a role. How we can understand the figure. So in all the figure-based questions, your basic understanding is basically to cut the figure or to join the figure or to see where is the gap, where something can be fit in, where something can be added, where something can be subtracted. That is your logical understanding. Next one. Okay. So again, what happens now? It's a rectangle. It's a square within a square, but there is a circle in between. So again, I told you the rhombus thing earlier. So can we go back to that rhombus thing? If we go back to that rhombus thing, we understand we need the diagonal. What is the diagonal in this case? Now, if you understand the diagonal for the square is equals to diameter of the circle. Now, diameter of the circle is equal everywhere. So it is 10, as we have discussed earlier as well. So the new square which you are seeing, which is this one, has got two diagonals, D1 and D2. And both will be equals to this blue line. That is nothing but 10. Because if you rotate it, it will be same. So you basically get 10 into 10 by 2. That is nothing but D1, D2 by 2. So therefore, our answer is 50. So you understood? Or suppose you are not getting this. So let's understand. If you don't want to do it mathematically, how we can do it geometrically or figuratively. If I join these corners, what is going to happen? We are going to form a square. Now this square is similar to the square inside. Even if you get a figure, which is little different than this figure, okay? Even then, we can get the same answer. So let me point. Let me put a point here. Let me put a point here. Let me put a point here. And let me put a point here. If I join it, even then you get a square. So if you have a circle and within that you have a square, okay, and if you draw a circle and outside of it you have a square, then the areas, the relation between these square will be S1 and you have S2. Okay, so if this is x by 2. So if one is 100, another will be 50. Clear? So logically we can solve this. Okay, what is this now? So if in relation the square is getting half, similarly the circle will also get half. So what was the area of this circle earlier? It was 25 pi. How 25 pi? Because the radius is 5 and it is pi r square. So now this circle, it will be just half. So we can call it 12.5 pi. Those who are not understanding, let me draw a simple relation. S1, this is your square, and S2. Okay. So this is x. So this is x by 2. Similarly, you have C1 and you have C2. So if C is y, C2 will be y by 2. The relation of the square and the circle will be similar. What will happen in this case? Now we are getting third square. So we are basically getting S1 and then we are getting S2 and then we are getting S3. Okay. So from a simple logic, we have 100, then we have got 50 and therefore we'll have 25. So the answer is with us without doing any calculation. All of you now solve this question. And in the next part, we will cover this question, how to get an answer if there is a circle within a triangle or if there is a triangle within a circle or such combinations. The exercise is all about understanding the figures. It is less of mathematics except for this part. Okay, so if you just understand how the figures are arranged, where is the addition and subtraction of the area. You can solve area of shaded region very easily.
For more questions, drop a comment on our video. Subscribe us to Thrive in Exams, College, and Career.